Good afternoon, folks. This is Jack Mapes of Excel Fit Personal Training here in Long Beach, California. And today we're going to talk about a concept that I value and I hope you value. It's known as motivation. Motivation, properly defined, it's an internal drive that directs our behavior. And motivation has two dimensions. The first dimension is a directional aspect. It kind of guides us to our choices. Now, the second dimension is an intensity factor. So motivation determines how much effort we put forth in those choices. Now, there's two types of motivation. One type of motivation is intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic with an I, it's doing something for the pure enjoyment of doing it. And the other type of motivation is extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation is doing something for an external reward. It's for what's waiting in the end, whether that be a trophy or cash or some other type of prize. Now, what researchers are finding is that those people who do activities for the pure enjoyment of doing it, for their own self-fulfillment, are usually a little bit more consistent in their actions, and they perform the activity longer over time. So they're more engaged, so to say. I'm not saying that one type of motivation is more superior than the other, but it is what it is. Intrinsic motivation will help you be more consistent. Now, in order to find an application for motivation, what we have to do is we have to understand how human beings operate. And I think the best possible explanation is it's a view of learning that's known as behaviorism. Behaviorism was formulated by B.S. Skinner, who was a psychologist in the 40s and 50s. And what he suggested is that behavior is shaped by its consequences. And there's two branches of behaviorism. There's reinforcement, behavioral reinforcement, and behavioral punishment. Behavioral reinforcement, by definition, is any act, event, or object that increases the likelihood of a target behavior. So let's say the target behavior is getting 8 hours of sleep a night, which we all know is vitally important for muscular growth. If you get your 8 hours of sleep, reinforcement would be your reward. It would be anything you like to do, going out to breakfast at your favorite restaurant, or going to see a movie, or whatever it is you want to do, that you have something to give you a positive emotional experience. Now, punishment is the exact opposite. It's any act, object, or event that decreases the likelihood of an event occurring again, or a target behavior occurring again. So punishment is something you do not like to do. So I'd like you to perform an activity. I'd like you, first and foremost, to define some goals for yourself. And for the most I can help you with, I'd like to explain 5 areas of fitness to you. One is your aerobic capacity. That's how efficient your lungs are. They measure that by a test called the VO2 max. Maybe a trainer at your local gym will do it. I conduct the test personally yourself. You can call me for an assessment. The second is the muscular strength, which is normally determined by a 1 rep max. The third area of fitness is muscular endurance. There's various test protocols for that. Flexibility, that's your range of motion about a joint. That can be determined by what's known as a goniometer. And the fifth area is your body composition, which it can determine your body fat via calipers or hydrostatic weighing if you have that available. Now, those are the 5 areas of fitness. So to repeat, it's your aerobic capacity, your muscular strength, your muscular endurance, your flexibility, and your body composition. Those are the 5 areas. Now, any goal should have 5 characteristics. So 1, it should be specific. Number 2, it should be measurable. There should be some type of a number attached to it. Number 3, it should be action-oriented, something that you can do something that you can generate actions to achieve it. It should be realistic. Realistic is heavily tied to the 5th component, which is time frame. So there should be a definite date on those goals. So to repeat, specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time frame. So what I'd like you to do is generate some goals based off of those 5 areas of fitness and the 5 components of a goal that I just talked about. And what I'd like you to do is come up with a list of as many actions that you could do both inside your session and out to help you achieve that. And third, for every action that you list, what I'd like you to do is come up with a reinforcement and a punishment. So if you follow through with it, you're giving yourself a reward of sorts. And if you don't follow through, you provide yourself a punishment. And I think that you'll find this activity very effective because you're going to be tapping into your emotions of pleasure and pain, which there are no stronger motivators for a human being than finding pleasure and finding pain. And that's the activity I'd like you to perform. If you have any questions, you can call me anytime. This is what I do for a living, 310-748-1015, or you can get at me at www.excelifit.com. I thank you for your time today. I hope you liked what I had to say, and there will be plenty more videos coming your way. You have a great day. Bye-bye.